Signs and messages are being prepared tonight ahead of what is expected to be the largest climate protest the city of Toronto has ever seen. I'm Adrian Ghobrial. We're at Patagonia on King, where a little bit of a sign party's come together tonight. You can read this one right over here. It says, "Our climate crisis is not a partisan issue." Now, tomorrow we're going to see a large mobilization of youth, and they're going to have a clear message.
We're not just children that are playing around in the sun. We are here to fight for a sun that will shine over us in the future.
We are unstoppable. A better world is possible.
The Earth nearly tilted even further on its axis last Friday when 4 million young people took to the streets around the world to mark the beginning of Global Climate Strike Week. Tomorrow, Canada will be bringing it home across the country, including right here in Toronto.
I actually sincerely believe it will be really transformative because people are coming out from the suburbs with their families, because this is something that will obviously shape our entire existence.
The momentum of tomorrow's climate strike is being led by a coalition of youth, climate, and social justice groups across the city. Just a few of their demands include net zero carbon emissions nationwide by 2040, the elimination of fossil fuel subsidies, as well as more publicly owned renewable energy infrastructure. The movement is also backed by multiple academics who say it's an essential move.
Those who deny that climate change is an economic issue today are not doing their homework.
Miriam Diamond has been a student of environmental science since 1972. She makes a compelling case for investing in the battle against climate change.
Canada right now is paying out considerable sums of money to deal with a changing climate. Last year, Canada spent $0.5 to about $1 billion in suppressing fires. The Fort McMurray fire costed Canada $9 billion. That's about 1 to 2.5% of total Canadian annual expenditures. So climate change is very much an issue about our ability to continue as a prosperous and stable society.
How dare you!
This week, 16 youth from 12 countries, including Greta Thunberg, presented a landmark complaint to the United Nations. It's based on the UN Convention on the Rights of a Child to protest lack of government action when it comes to climate change. Canadian Sarah Austin wrote the UN protocol that Thunberg and others used this week.
I have worked with kids on the streets of Bangkok and sub-Saharan Africa and here in Canada to give kids a voice in justice and the protection of their rights. And I knew that one day this law would be used. Young people have something important to say. You know, their rights are not being protected and they deserve justice.
And the cries for justice will be rumbling through Queen's Park tomorrow. You'll be tomorrow's MC. What will your message be to thousands who will be listening to you?
Don't let tomorrow be the end. You know, I think we have an approach to organizing, to political activism that says, go to a protest and that's it, your job is done. But our job actually begins tomorrow.
Now the climate sign party here at Patagonia on King continues into the evening. It's free. Anyone is welcome to come down here and join. As for tomorrow, well, things get underway on the front lawn of Queen's Park at 11 a.m. There will be a rally there until noon, and then the movement mobilizes. There will be a march down University Avenue, through the core, through the financial district, before looping back up towards Queen's Park, where there'll be more speeches and a concert.